Hello all you beautiful people and welcome back to another Ark Survival Ascended video. Today we will be doing a top 10 list. I will be ranking the top 10 strongest creatures currently on the island. Now this list is my personal preference, the creatures that I think are the strongest creatures. Your list might be different, by no means am I saying this is hard and fast. This is fact, nothing can beat these creatures. This list could easily be subject to change if there is future updates to the game and new creatures get added to the island. So things could move around at some point. Now if you do enjoy this video, please leave a like, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and let's get right into the video. So screaming its way into the 10th spot is the Uteranus. Now this dude has two really unique abilities which revolve around its roar. It has a fear roar which will work on every creature that's smaller on it. You roar a couple of times and you'll scare creatures away. This also works against other players' creatures that are not like in your tribe, so good for PvP, or also good just for giving you a bit of breathing space if you're getting swarmed a little bit. Its other roar ability is actually a buff roar that gives your tames and like other friendly tames an increased like attack and all that, so they'll get stronger, they'll get a buff, they'll hit harder. The Yuri is pretty easy to tame, it's quite a high level you get its saddle at, that being level 80, so this is a much more later game creature, but I mean you're going to be using this guy for boss fights anyway. This is probably the boss creature that you're going to be riding around on, so you can keep using your buff roar, making all your other creatures stronger so you can actually wipe the floor with bosses. Uteranus, not that difficult to tame, you simply can knock it out, you can put it in a trap. The only real hard problem with these guys is they're always accompanied by a group of 3 to usually 4 Carnotaurus, so you're probably going to have to deal with them before you're going to be able to knock this dude out. Just beating the Uteranus at number 9 is the Allosaurus. Now some people might swap these around, but the reason why I would put the Allo first is I personally think that the Allos spawn a lot more, they always spawn in groups of 3, which is your advantage. And I'll tell you why. Because you want to knock out the entire pack of Allosaurus because they get pack bonuses when they're all together. So if you've got like 1 Allo, it's going to be good, yeah, it's going to be okay. But if you have 4 or 5 Allos, you're going to get pack boosted, as well as you're going to get a special new attack that Allosaurus can only use when it's in a group, which is a special little bite attack that it does inflict bleed. Now bleed is such a really good status effect, it does so much damage to creatures. You're gonna want to get these little bleed bites in. Allosaurus as well, it's really easy to find. Redwoods near mountainous areas, super easy, they're pretty big, so you're gonna notice them around, they're not that quiet. You'll be getting its saddle at level 67, which is lower than Uteranus, but they're just so much easier to get, and I personally feel that they're just a lot stronger and they're so much easier to find, that's why it's lower on the list than the Yuri. Sliding its way into our number 8 spot is the only herbivore on this list, the Therizinosaurus. Now these guys are basically the herbivore equivalent to a T-Rex. They pack a lot of damage, these are really strong creatures, very aggressive, and here's a little hint for you. When you fight these guys, be very wary, because they damage the rider. When they attack you, they don't only hurt your creature, they hurt the rider as well, but these guys are possibly one of the strongest herbivores you're ever going to tame. These guys are great for the dragon boss fight, because herbivores take reduced fire damage. So you're going to want to get these guys for that boss fight, you're going to want to breed them up. For some reason they seem to be spawning absolutely everywhere on ASA, they spawn in way more frequently than they used to, so you're going to find them. Just don't get too close because these guys will rip you to pieces, and that's not even a joke. They're fairly easy to tame though, you knock them out, get them in a trap, give them some veggies, give them some berries, and you're going to tame them up. And even if you can find a baby one, even better. Definitely do not sleep on the chance to get one of these if you see it as a baby, because this thing is a monster. Coming in at number 7 is actually one of Ark's newer creatures, the Rhino-Nathag. Now I was considering putting this lower on the list because they're just spawn so rare, but I feel like these guys are ridiculously strong. So what can they do? Right, well, they can fly incredibly fast, they have really good carry weight, really good stam, really good health. They can shoot at amber at creatures, which when you build up a little meter on the creature shooting, you will encase them solid in amber and the creature can't move. You can still attack the creature, it will take reduced damage, but say that you're trying to get, maybe you're doing PvP and you're trying to slow someone down, just shoot them, turn their creature at amber. I think they get dismounted, actually they might not, I'm not sure. But either way, they'll be now encased in amber, they can't move, they can't do anything. You could pick their creature up and fly away with it, you could just kill the creature and they can't do anything. And another good thing with the Rhino, it can pick up any creature to Rex size. It can't pick up anything bigger than a Rexes. You're not going to be able to pick up Gigas or Carcharodontosaurus or even water creatures, but you can pick up Parasaurs, you can pick up Rexes, I'm pretty sure you can pick up Diplos. Sadly though, you can't pick up water creatures, but another thing to add for the Rhino to make it even stronger, it can swim as well. So you can fly, you can run, you can swim. There's almost nowhere you can go where a Rhino will not chase you. A very terrifying creature, kind of difficult to tame though. You basically need to let them impregnate one of your creature, and then that's how you tame them. It's a bit difficult, a bit FNAF, but you can easily get it. It's not that difficult, but they're a very, very powerful creature that you're gonna want to get your hands on. Jumping into the 6th spot, much easier to tame than the Rhinonathag, is the Thyla. Now, I know people are probably going to say Thyla should have been top 3, because that's how amazing the Thyla is. Now, the Thyla, they live in the redwoods, you'll see them on the trees just waiting to pounce on you. They can dismount you with that pounce, and then they'll just munch into you and rip you apart. Thylas inflict bleed, and the Thyla's bleed is ridiculously good. I'm pretty sure bleed takes like 0.5% of a creature's health within like a minute. So within like 5 minutes, you can kill basically almost any creature really easy. The Thylas, best way to tame them is either using a bear trap and letting the Thyla run into it and then just shooting at the face, or trying to make a stone trap and have the Thyla run into the trap. At least that was the old way of doing it. I don't know if with the new pathfinding, Thylas will be trapped that way. So you might need to learn a little bit with it. And here's another reason why the Thyla is on a really good spot on the list, is you get their saddle at level 51, which is the lowest level so far, and they're simple to tame. I will say they do prefer cooked meat over raw meat, so if you're taming one, just keep that in mind, give it some cooked meat, it'll tame up a lot faster, you'll get better taming effect in this. But the Thyla is essentially like the mammal equivalent of a Rex. Like, it's no joke, like you want to use these guys to hunt down alpha creatures, you want to use them to traverse the map because they can run up and down walls, they can run up and down trees. These guys are such a great tame that you're gonna want to get. I guarantee you all the alpha tribes on your server are going to be gunning for Thylas as soon as they can. Into the top 5 spot now, this is going to be the best of the best, and kicking it off in number 5 is the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Now the Rex, there's no way you can go wrong with the Rex. They spawn in quite a lot of areas, the redwoods, near mountains, kind of open grasslands as well. Even sometimes in the snow biome you can find a random Rex, near like between the kind of grassy area into the snow. The Rexes are absolute powerhouses. They've got good stam, good weight, good health. They're not that fast, but you're not going to be using this guy for chasing people down. This is going to be your war dino. You're going to take this thing to raid bases, to kill bosses, to just hunt down powerful creatures, fight gigas, kill Carchars. The Rex is just such an all-round great creature that there's not much that you're going to be able to tame it. Once you're at the point where you've got Rexes and you've got tamed ones, you've got imprinted ones, nothing is going to scare you. You will be able to take on anything the Ark can throw at you. And Rexes are not that difficult to tame. You get their saddle at level 74, so it is much more of an endgame creature, but a Rex is a boss creature. So it makes sense, you're going to need to be quite a high level to get this guy, but as soon as you can get a good strong Rex, nothing is going to stand in your way. Swimming in at number 4 is the Mosasaur. Now this dude is the most powerful water creature there is. There is nothing in the water that is going to be a problem for you if you can get your hands on these guys. This is definitely the creature for the ocean that you're going to be gunning for, that you want to get, that you want to tame, because nothing will stand against you. Now the Mosasaur, it's kind of difficult to tame, a lot of torpor, it's very deep in the ocean, basically at the bottom of the ocean, and down there you've got other predators to worry about. You've got anglerfish, you've got Tusos, you've got Dunkleys, but if you can get through all of that and you can get your hands on a good strong Mosasaur, nothing in the ocean is going to be a threat, nothing is going to scare you. Their saddle is at level 73, so clearly a lot higher, but if you're going to the ocean, this is the creature you want to get your hands on. Nothing will stop you in the waters, you will be king of the sea. One extra advantage the Mosasaur has against most other water creatures is it does also have a platform saddle along with its regular saddle. Now platform saddles, you can build structures on it, you can put turrets on it, you can put catapults, you can put storage. It's essentially, the Mosasaur becomes a mobile underwater base, and the only other creature in game that's able to do that right now is the Plesiosaur, and the Plesiosaur doesn't really rank up or stack up anywhere near on the power level as the Mosasaur, so you could easily do raiding bases from the water, but be safe on your Mosasaur. But you can shoot a catapult or turrets on the back, and if someone wants to get you, they're going to have to get into the water along with your very, very big and very, very dangerous fish. Now on to our top 3 spot, and number 3 goes to the Carcharodontosaurus, a fairly new creature once again to be added to Ark, but this dude is exactly what it is, the rival to the Giganotosaurus. So it spawns in the same locations as the Giga, the top of mountains, so if one of these spawns you're not going to get a Giga spawning, because they're basically equal to a Giga. So these guys, you get their saddle at level 96, they're absolute powerhouses, they're faster than Gigas, they do so much damage, they have a blood rage effect, which the problem with that, the more it kills, the faster it gets. So if you're fighting one of these and you're trying to run away, and if he's killing all your creatures, he's just going to chase you down faster and faster until he destroys you. The Carchar, you do not want to mess around with this guy, but as soon as you can get one tamed, you're going to be unstoppable. Gigas aren't even going to be a threat to you. You're going to be able to take them on. Nothing can stop you if you get a really good Carcharodontosaurus. This dude is like a mini boss essentially. And of course, the number 2 spot goes to the Giga. Now, as much as I beefed up the Carcharodontosaurus, the Giganotosaurus is still better. Now you may be wondering, why is the Giga better? It's not faster than the Carchar, it doesn't have a special ability like the Carchar. True, it doesn't. But however, Gigas just have so much more raw power, like they're just far stronger, their damage output is a lot higher, I even think they're beefier. You just do not want to mess with a Giga. These dudes are absolute monsters, and when they get to half health and they go into rage mode, if you're riding them, he will throw you off. He will throw you off, you won't be able to jump on him, he will kill you, he will attack your own creatures. It's a bit of a risk taming a Giga, because if he gets injured, he's just going to attack everyone. He's not going to care if you're friendly, and the rage is just so dangerous, which makes it way more intimidating and way more risky than a Carcharodontosaurus. You get the saddle at level 96, which is the same as the Carchar, and again it spawns in the same locations, the top of mountains, but if you see one of these creatures, only engage and tame if you know you can. If you can't, just run, because this dude will destroy you and will annihilate everything that you have. Do not mess with a Giga unless you're confident you can bring this beast down. And our number 1 spot goes to the Titanosaur. Now this dude is a bit of a unique case. The biggest creature currently in Ark Survival Ascended, the Titanosaur is an absolute monster. It is a walking fortress. This dude is just built for wiping out tribes and destroying people. That is all the Titanosaur's for. The way you tame it is you basically need to shoot cannonballs at its face until it knocks out. Then you just run up, you put the saddle on it, and that's it. You also get the saddle at level 100, so definitely way end game. But the problem with the Titanosaur, unless you have a certain setting enabled, he will not eat. So Titanosaurs are only a temporary tame. He will eventually starve to death, but in that time, you can wipe out any other tribe that's on the server with you. The Titanosaur is an absolute monster. You never want to mess with them unless you know once again that you can take it down. Any advice I can give for taking a Titanosaur down is use bleed. Run in, bleed it, run away. Run in, bleed it, run away. But definitely you want to get these goods tamed, because this guy will crush Gigas. Like, even a Giga will struggle to deal with a good Titanosaur. One of the rarest spawns in the entire game. There will only be one Titanosaur on a map at one time. So very hard to find, but if you contain this dude, you are going to annihilate any other player. So that is my personal list of what I think are the top 10 strongest creatures in Ark Survival Ascended. Now this list is personal to me, it's my personal thoughts. I'm not saying for by fact nothing can beat these creatures, because obviously every creature on this list can be beaten, it can be defeated. But just let me know what your list is. Do you think I'm wrong? Do you think, would you swap some stuff around? Do you think the Giga is actually weaker than the Carcharodontosaurus? Just let me know in the comment section. If you enjoyed today's video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.